What's going on? Travis here, TravisStelzer.com, trainaggressive.com, and I'm back going over deadlifting variations here. And the variation I'm going to be going over here is the banded deadlift. Alright, this is a great variation to use to help blast through your strength plateaus, increase your speed and your power by increasing your ability to produce force very quickly. Alright, so most traditional deadlifts, you're lifting just dead weight. Whereas when you add bands in, now you're adding in accommodating resistance. Alright, so what's happening with this is, as that bar gets higher off the ground, that resistance becomes more and more and more with the bands as the bands stretch out more. So it forces you to accelerate through the lift. Alright, so let's take this for example. You can do 405 on deadlifts. Alright, you can get the bar up to just about your knees. Okay, that's where you die. Alright, so in one sense, you're losing acceleration when you get to that point. You're not able to generate any more force. So what do? There's a couple different things you can do. You can do rack deadlifts where you start at that dead point. Or what I like to do to help develop more speed off the ground and acceleration is by adding bands. So with this lift, what you're doing is you're teaching yourself to keep accelerating through the lift. Because if you don't and you're using bands and you slow down, the weight's going to pull you back down to the ground because the weight gets heavier as you get taller. Alright? And so I want to show you a couple different setups that I use for banded deadlifts. Alright? Because when people think banded deadlifts, they think you need some sort of crazy setup, so you need some sort of platform that has hooks for your bands and all that stuff. And you can get those and they work great. However, not everybody has that option. I don't even have that option. Alright? So what I use is Performax bands, and there's a couple different setups that I use. So the first one here is with a lighter band. So I have a purple band here. And my setup for this is I'm just going to drape the band over the top of my barbell. Okay? Basically, whenever I do banded deadlifts, I'm usually doing from a traditional, conventional style deadlift. So my feet are pretty much in close. So I step on top of my band, and I want to make sure my hands are inside of where the bands are. Alright, so I set up here, get everything set, get my body set, boom, and I'm pulling through the band. So set up again, boom, pull up through the band. Alright, so that's one of the ways that you can use band resistance. Another one of the ways is, and I'll just show you here quickly, that you can go with thicker style bands. Alright, you actually want to progress yourself up to that way, through that, but I'll show you this variation here. So you can take a band and you'll drape it over one side of the barbell and you'll pull it all the way across. So now your band's set up already with tension across the bar. You just want to even that up there. So you roll the bar over and you just step on the band. Now you have that band tension already set. So again, you get your feet set, come down to the bar, make sure we got full body tension, we're in good position. Boom. Same thing. Now I'm pulling through the band and the bar, and I'm getting that accommodating resistance at the top with the band as it stretches out. So those are a couple different ways that I like to use bands with my deadlifts. Like I said, this is going to help you break through plateaus. Alright, it's going to help you develop more ability to accelerate through the weight and bust through those dead spots that you might be getting caught up on. Alright? Some quick ways to load this up. Obviously, you're not going to be using your maximum amount of weight. Typically, you're only going to be using anywhere from 50, 60, maybe 70% of your one max rep, and then you're adding bands on top of that. Alright, so it can go all over the board with that, but you're not trying to load up the bar as heavy as you can. You want to think moderate loads because you're trying to pull full speed. Okay, if you're not pulling full speed, you're not going to be building up speed. Alright, if it's just like the concept, if you're only sprinting at 50%, there's no way you're going to be able to get faster. You need to train at 100% speed or more to get faster. All right, so bottom line is, great variation of deadlifting. It'll help you break through those plateaus, so start trying this out, using this within your programming, and you'll definitely see some good strength gains with this. So again, TravisStubbs.com, trainaggressive.com. Drop any questions below that you have on banded deadlifts. If you use them, why don't you use them, or any other questions that you might have. Keep kicking ass, living aggressive, get strong. Travis, I'm out.